who I am first, regardless of the comedian and Comedy Central and all the rest of that. I am a 48-year-old black man that used to be a very bad individual in the streets. So if you look my story up, I did 6 years in prison, incarcerated for being a street pharmaceutical rep, which is very frowned upon. Y'all know that, it's very frowned upon. So, I was a bad kid in school, very bad. I got expelled twice, and the reason you get expelled twice is because you go back to school and still try to go through it. So today, just give y'all a heads up about why I'm here today. I did not want to come here today at all. Being honest. Didn't want to come. I was supposed to come before and I canceled. Remember? Y'all remember? I canceled. I canceled because I had a TV gig I had to go somewhere to do. So I had, y'all, if some more people come in, we waiting on. We waiting for people?
No, we're done.
Okay, well, I don't want to start off with people. Miss, hey, how you doing? You good? Hey, how you doing? I'm Aldine. Siddio. How you doing? Okay. So, I was supposed to come, and I did not. I need everybody's attention over here. I don't need nobody looking over there. Matter of fact, I don't want no more movement over there. Their attention span is short anyway. Come on in. Come on. I'm not going to keep starting over. I need everybody to be in here when I get here. Come on. Come on in down this way. Nobody in the back. I want everybody to come this way. Come this way. Come on over. They yours. I see you stand up. You're my students. Okay. We got you. Bring your students up here by you. Come on up here by her. This is Momo's coming. Am I gonna have to move? It looks like I'm gonna have to move.
Have a seat quickly.
Like y'all fine? Oh, let me get out the way. Let me get out the way. Because I'm gonna start all over again. There's more seats. Y'all go ahead. Come on in, boss. Come on in. Don't have a seat back. Wherever you want to sit. Come on, pajama pants. Don't find you somewhere. What's up, boss? How you feeling? Nah, I can get in here. I can get in. I'm gonna talk to you over here. What's up, boss? How you feeling? How y'all feeling over here? Y'all good? How y'all doing right over here? What's up, ski mask? How you doing? That's nice. I like it. Like what you're doing. All right. Like what you're doing. What's up, boss? Who graduated this year? Who graduated this year? First, no, wait. Wait before you put your hands down. Wait before you put your hands down. Who for sure graduated this year? Who your teacher? Which grade you in? You a senior. Okay, you got all your stuff together. Everything. Name your teachers. Miss Thomas. Is Miss Thomas in here? Okay, name one of your teachers that's in here that know you graduated. Mr. Williams, can you vouch for her graduation? Okay, all right. Now, y'all see why I'm doing interrogation. Now, if you graduated, put your hand down. Yeah, I thought so. Now them hands ain't the same. Yeah. If you graduated this year, put your hand down. It was a lot of hands up before Mr. Wilson had verified. You graduated? Cool. So it's me, it's you, and that brother back there. Then why your hand ain't in the air? Oh, no. Stand up. Let me see. Stand up. Polo. Come on, Polo Brown. Stand up. What's your name, brother? Jay? Mr. Wilson? You don't got, who can graduate? Who can vouch for your graduation? Coach Turner, where you at, Coach? It's on the fence. I'm asking, I want you to be assured. I want you to be assured that you're making a new move. Because if you graduate, What's your name, sister? What's your name again? Aldine. Is that what you said? I can't hear you through the mask. What is it again, sister? Alicia. Okay, Alicia. What you doing next year? You graduate this year. What you doing next year? I need y'all to be listening because I'm coming to you. You're going to have to ask. I see this is an interactive show where you're going to have to ask me questions. I got to make sure you listen. Because see, I didn't come to talk to deaf ears. Because I've been y'all before. I've been y'all before. I used to not listen at all. You know what happened? I went to Texas Southern University. I went to TSU. And my mother is a history professor at Texas Southern University. I went to Texas Southern University, and in 1991, the feds came to Texas Southern University and escorted me through the building of the college. And let me tell you how embarrassing this was. See, there's two things you find out in life. Just because somebody's in college doesn't mean that they got good observation skills. Because I'm walking through a historically black college with handcuffs on, and my friend said, "Hey man, are you coming to class?" I said, "Not for a while." Which is the truth. You know what the embarrassing part though? My mother was coming into work. My mother's a history professor at Texas Southern University still to this day. I'm coming out with the feds. My mother's coming into work. And she walking her briefcase and she looking at me like she don't know me. She like, and I'm trying to mouth to my mom. I said, and my mama said, I was in prison from the time I was 19 years old to the time I was 25 years old. And when I was getting released, the officer asked me, "Now you're getting released, what are you gonna do?" Because I've sat in a place for 6 years, and did I acclimate myself to go back into a free society to be better? You have sat in this place for 4 years, some of y'all longer. But are you acclimated to go into the world? Because the real work starts when you're not being taken care of. When somebody's not responsible for you anymore. When somebody will have to push you to do better for your own self. This is a crazy thing that somebody has to make you want to do good for yourself. And I know I'm not talking to everybody. I'm just talking to the people who may listen. Because I was the same way. I used to sit in rooms. I went to Scared Straight. I went to all these places. I used to sit in rooms and act like I was listening. I used to do it. And then I was in the penitentiary. And for some reason, I wanted to listen then. When I was behind the glass, my mom on one side of the glass, I'm on this side of the glass, and everything she's telling me, I'm like, I need to hear it now. Because I'm in a position. Some of y'all will be in positions that you may not know how to get out of. But if you don't listen to people, you'll never know. The teachers in here, like this is, you know, a lot of people be getting scammed lately. You know that? A lot of people getting scammed. Trying to come up quick. You give me $500 in your passcode, I can make it happen for you. You know, you so lucky. Today, I saw you on Instagram. I'm gonna send you $200. All you gotta do is send me this. And a lot of y'all fall for it. You say, man, you shake your head no, but people get rich off this. People get rich off this. My friend trying to come up. Yesterday, I didn't even understand the logic in it. He said that somebody sent him, "Hey, I'm gonna send you a passcode. You send it back to me." You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna send you $200. He in the middle of doing something, he ain't paying attention, then all of a sudden his Instagram get hacked. And I put on the Instagram, I said, "Boy, that $500 Really baited you in, didn't he? And he's like, he called me and said, man, I got hacked because I wasn't paying attention. And y'all be saying, like my man who eating candy, he ain't paying attention. He's smacking and trying to cause attention because it's a diversion, so you won't pay attention. You gotta see how people do things to make something happen so you won't pay attention to the information that you need. I used to be that kid. This is how I understand it. That's why I got trouble about it. I used to be him. Hey man, listen, this man up there talking. He up there talking. We gotta listen to him for. But the man that's talking to you hasn't had a job since 1999. I got out of prison in 1997. I was homeless for 1997, 1998. Then I got a job in 1998. 1999, in the middle of 1999, October, I quit my job because I was getting ready to go on Comedy. I got on Comedy in 2000. I've been on TV from 2000 to 2021 every year since 1999. I made probably about $300,000 a year in residual income that I don't even think about. I don't even think about it. You know how? Because I listened to somebody tell me, hey man, if you do these steps right here, you can make it. When I was selling drugs, I started selling drugs at 14. I got busted at 19. When they busted, I had $92,000 on my person. When on your person, in your pocket. On your person when they busted me. I had maybe about $400,000 buried in my mother's backyard at that time. My attorney cost me $100,000. The Fed seized $200,000. I used to didn't sleep well when I was hustling. I make way more money now, and I sleep very well. I have 9 children. Listen to me. I have 9 children. 28 years old, 28, 23. 28, 23. Those are my first 2 children. One is a boxer, and then my daughter is the second in command chef at James Harden Restaurant 13. I put her through culinary school, but you know something? I used to go get my daughter every day from school. I used to pick up from school every day, take her to school every day. When she got in middle school, pressure had started to set on her from other black children. Because my daughter speaks multiple languages, she's been a lot of places, and she had a father. My daughter used to act like I wasn't her father because she was embarrassed to have a father. Because the rest of the kids around her didn't have fathers. So they used to tease her, oh, you got your dad. And I asked my daughter, I said, why are you ashamed to have no father? Because the rest of the kids don't have fathers. So you rather act like them than act like what you were. I said, yeah. Because it was a shame to me that I had a father and they didn't use that everything. I was the president of the PTA. I was at school. I was doing all the goofy father stuff. Showing up to school with your lunch. When you leave your lunch, I'm showing up. I'm doing all the stuff that I didn't have. Because I grew up without a father. So when you grow up without something, you want it. You want something that just that simple, a father, just to say, hey, I want to talk to you. I got something to talk to you about. So what I decided to do was be a father to the whole 7th grade class, 8th grade class, 9th grade class, until she graduated. I was a father to the school. Y'all don't understand. Y'all are important to me because I have children that's your age. So I have 9 kids. I just told you about 2. Just told you about 2. We haven't missed a meal. We haven't wanted for anything. You are important to me because I need you to have the same benefits that my kids have. I need you to have the same benefits that I had. And the benefit was knowing that mental fortitude is going to get you through whatever. I still ask you, what's next? And you still ain't gave me no answer. I ain't forgot. I asked you if you was graduating. You still ain't really gave me no solid answer. Because when you don't know what you're doing, this is what you look like when you don't know what you're doing. Why am I even, and you ask yourself, why do they bring people into schools to talk? When you got so many teachers and principals and coaches and all that. Why is it a necessity for somebody else to come in here and talk to you? About what? That's a question. I'm asking y'all. That's a question. What's the answer? Anybody. It don't even matter. Anybody. What's the answer to that? Do I have to start pointing to people? Because I'm going to ask you anyway. Big dog, what's the answer to that? You know? If you don't know this, say you don't know. That's cool. You don't know, cool. What's the Spanish friend? What's the question again? I knew you wasn't listening. How you gonna ask the question I just asked? How you gonna ask me what the question was? You had drifted off a little bit. I saw it in your eyes while I walked over here. I'm watching everything. Even though I got busted, I went back to school. I graduated from Texas Southern University as well, so I just want to throw it back out there. Psychology. But back to you. Nice jeans. What were you listening to when I was talking? Like for real. What were you? You were still on my kids. Y'all still on my kids? Okay, let's go back to it. Tell me what's the importance about that. That I said I got 9 kids. What's the importance? How many baby mamas? Good. I have no baby mamas. Period. I've been married twice. I have no baby mamas. That's disrespectful. A woman that you have a child by is your child's mother. She ain't your baby mama. That's ghetto. I've been married twice. I had children by my wives. It's like you're more concerned than anybody. How you hearing? You a teacher? You got to do with this? Who asked you that? Who asked you? Oh, see, you on the lies. Back to what I was saying. Don't focus on it now. Tell me why, brother. Why we have to have people coming here and talk to y'all? Huh? So you can know the reality. Good answer, bro. You on it. Ski mask. Why would they have to have people come talk to y'all? Why would they have to have people to come in here and talk to you when there's so many other influences in here? You're not talking right now. Y'all go ahead. Get that man the floor. He respect it. Go ahead. Probably been through something that you need to know. And the teachers and the principals and everybody here, they haven't been through anything. And they got to bring other people in. Okay. My man right here. Why you think they got to bring other people? Yes, you sir. Why you think, what's up? Is why they got to bring other people in here to talk to y'all. The kids not going to listen to the teachers. Who are the kids going to listen to? I'm asking the question. Who influences you? Excuse me, let me slide through here. Who influences you? Because I got to know these questions in order to in order to know how to give a prescription to somebody, you have to know what they listen to, what their sickness is. Question. Who, man, on the phone? You on the phone. Who do y'all listen to? Like, who is your influences? Like, period. Like, who is your influence, period? You said who? Young boy who? Young boy fresh? Hold on, man, I'm asking you, who is it? You say young boy, okay. Who influences y'all? What you say, Polo? Your T-lady? Boy, that's boy, you took me back. No, it's free, you took me back. I haven't heard since my uncle. My uncle used to call my grandmother that, his tea lady. How you an old head? How old are you? How old are you? You're an old soul. You're old. Austerity. Well, you broke it down with them. How old are you, sir? You 18. You're old spirit. Gotcha. I'm 48. Oh, crazy, huh? That's what 48 look like. When you take care of yourself, that's what 48 look like. Yeah. How old y'all thought I was? How old you thought I was? You said 30? I look younger than most of y'all. Look at I got the young smooth face. Man, I definitely look younger than you. I definitely. Well, you look 36 years old. Why look me? Hey, look at my skin. First of all, I don't look younger than you. I don't look big. Not even close. Who my influence? Like when? Like now or then when I was younger? Right now, nobody influences me now but me. I'm 48. I'm not influenced anymore because I have already picked my teachers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a new influence because my teachers, people who I choose to take information from, have already been cemented. I only talk to people who are intelligent. I don't have time to talk to people who are fools. I don't have time to even make sense of nonsense. Because a lot of things that permeates in your mind are nonsense, and that's what you think about all day. So when you wake up, I'm gonna ask two people. And be honest, because this is what about being candid. When you get up in the morning, first thing on your brain, when you get up in the morning, first thing. That's rough, huh? When you wake up in the morning, what are your first thoughts? Hold on, wait a minute. What is it, brother? How you gonna go get it? So, what grade you in? Listen, I want everybody to listen. See, you can laugh, but you're not listening because you got to listen to rationalize what somebody's saying. And a lot of times, you don't listen. Even if you don't listen until you put in a position. And that's when you not start. How many athletes are in here? How many athletes in there? All athletes. All athletes. So let me explain something to athletes. So do you start training the day of the game or you train before the game? Before the game, right? Do you not listen to your coach or you just go out there and do the game like you want to do? Athletes, I need you talking. Athletes. Because y'all play this game. As an athlete, do you go on the field and tell the coach you're going to do it like you want to do it, or do you run the play when he asks you to run? So I'm trying to understand athletes, how are you, athletes, how are you in here? How are you in here? How are you not understanding that you got, if you won't graduate or not? How are you an athlete and you playing the game after the game is started? Athletes. So what's successful athlete that you model yourself after that do that? Deion Sanders, Jerry Rice, Kobe, Jordan, Magic, who? What athlete do you model yourself after that decide to say, I'm going to start playing the game once the game is already going? I'm asking big dog, because see, this is the thing. Let's go back to something else. The first 2 years that the Texans ever made the playoffs, the first 2 years they ever made the playoffs. You know who gave them the talk at the end of training camp? Me. U of H has went to the Orange Bowl a couple years ago. If you ask a coach who talked to them before they went to the Orange Bowl and told them, hey, if you listen to me, you will go to the Orange Bowl. You'll get a bowl this year. They lost one game that year. You know what the talk was about? Paying attention to detail. I did. I gave them the talk. It's a college that just won their first little section. You know why they called it, asked me to come talk? Because when Kubiak asked me to come talk to the Texans, then Coach Applewood asked me to come talk to the U of H. And ever since then, people have asked me to come talk to their athletes, to come talk to them about paying attention to detail. Because this is how your mind works. Who plays football? Give me one person play football. Polo, me and you into it all day today. We gonna talk all day. What position you play? What position you play? Offensive tackle. What you supposed to do? What's your job? As an offensive tackle.
Protect my gal.
Protect your who?
My gal.
I mean, you gonna have to announce it because I know you talk loud than that.
Protect my inside gal.
Bam! Protect it.
Yo.
And how you do that? You can't make no mistake. You can't hold the other person can. You got to have your hands open like that, right? Yeah. Give me the details. Thank you. Give me the details. Do you understand somebody being called for holding if they've been playing the same position since Pop Warner?
What all the time?
But do you understand it though? You like, why are you holding?
Because the dude
When
you
you-
going against might just be a dog.
Huh?
The dude you going against might be a dog. You gotta hold.
So you got to cheat?
Yeah. And dog versus anybody else.
But see, watch this. But when your coach teach you technique,
Technique don't matter when you going against.
oh, technique don't matter when it's a dog.
You going against somebody that's 12 times better
When you going against somebody who's better than you,
you going to get behind down with somebody.
are they better than you?
Aaron Donald. He's the best football player alive.
Are you playing him now?
Not right now.
Have you ever played him? You played him in your head. So you're not playing in reality. You playing in your head. You got to play the person that's in front of you. You can't play him because he's not on the team that you're playing against. You got to play the person that's in front of you. So as not just athletes, I don't understand this new breed of athlete that don't study. Everything's about the tape. Everything's about technique. Everything's about, see, what you don't know, what's in. I'm an athlete. And it's one thing that athletes know that this. Have your coach ever been okay with you making a mistake? And you practice.
If you make a mistake, go 10 times harder than a mistake.
How you make a mistake when you practice?
Everybody makes mistakes. but just-
Not when you practice. Not when you practice. Not when you practice.
That's what practice for, to make mistakes.
No, practice is for making mistakes, not the game.
We talk about practice.
Everybody has told you that. You make mistakes in practice. This is where in the classroom, your teacher does not train you to make a mistake when you take a test. She don't train you for that. And she don't understand it when you know that. What's 2 plus 2? How the hell you gonna make a mistake when you know it? No matter how you see it, it's gonna be the same. You're trying to rationalize against somebody who's already been down this road. Think about it. Think about it. You get caught, mistakes are costly. And that's why you here. They bring people in so you won't make mistakes. But vast majority of people not gonna listen. You know why my daughter has always made mistakes? Because then she try to argue with somebody who's already living. When she stopped doing that, now she's a chef. Because she's trying to go against the grain. Just like what I used to do. I used to be trying to rationalize with people who were better than me and who knew more than me. I used to try to rationalize with them. I would argue with people who had the information versus me. And that's what you do. You sit there and you argue with these people, and you come in here like you know. No coach has ever told you it was okay to make a mistake. Because not my coaches. Hey man, you practice. You know what a number 2 play is. Why are you running a 4? Matter of fact, come on, sit down. I would be so far on the end of the bench, I couldn't even see the team. And then when I decided to get my thing together, I was a starting point guard. Because coach can count on me. Because I wasn't the person out there making mistakes. Because we practice. And what you don't want to do is put in the work to practice to be perfect. Because people will tell you, ain't no perfect people. When I'm on stage, I make no mistakes. I know what I'm doing. Nobody has ever came to a comedy show with me and wanted their money back. Because I'm up there perfect. Perfect. And you can tell, because sir, let me tell you, see, I already know. Let me tell you why the fact that I know what I'm coming into when I come to schools like this. And I'm saying it just like this, schools like this. Yeah, the same kind of school I went to, where they have to bring people in to talk to us. And I always wondered why are they bringing, I got teachers here, I got principals here. Why do they have to bring people in? And I said to myself, because I'm being a nuisance. I'm being less than what they want me to be. And I gotta be honest with myself first before I can get any information. Am I in here acclimating myself to what the school is instead of what I should be? Like my daughter did when she was embarrassed about having a father. Do I not listen to information because it's against what I have been taught? Do I want to be a disruptor when I can look at somebody who's way more successful than me, and do I play the game in my head, or do I play the game that's in front of me? I can't play from a position that I'm not in. Somebody say, oh, he got 9 kids. He must got a bunch of baby mamas. It's depending on what you're looking at. Well, I got 2 ex-wives. That's what I have. That's what I have. I used to be a person that would not listen to nobody because I thought I knew. But how do you know at 18? Because somebody told me I was grown at 18. I know that's not the truth. No, that's not the truth. I'm not even grown. My grown thoughts kicked in around 25. Around 25. And right now, you at 18, 19, 17, 16, feel like you're a grown individual. And can't nobody tell you nothing. But that's the case, can't nobody tell you nothing. Why would you be here having to have somebody talk to you about something or some energy that you may be lacking? Because sometimes you get caught up and you get people who defend you. You get people who defend you in your wrong. Oh, this makes sense for you to do. This make that. I'm not even harping on you. I'm trying to, because this is not going to be my first talk with y'all. See, this is the setup talk. I'm going to be back 3, 4, 5 more times before you even graduate, right back here. Hey, where we at? What you doing? What's the next step with the graduation? Because I don't challenge you from the outside, because they're challenging you here already. You're not responding to the challenge. Like I used to not be. I used to didn't respond to the challenge. And if somebody said something to me, that was the best thing they ever said, which the worst and the best. They told me I could not. They didn't believe in me. Told me to my face, you will not be successful in this world. To my face. And I took it to offense. What you mean? You don't have the wherewithal, you don't have the capacity, you don't have the mental capacity, you don't have the understanding, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the cognitive intervention skills, you don't have the thought pattern in order to be successful in this society. Deal with it. Just like that. And you know what's crazy? When I just said that, one person's eyes moved. Because in their mind, they're like, what? Because they heard it. You're the only person's eyes who moved. Why your eyes move? Somebody said that to you before? Somebody feel like that towards you before? Why your eyes move? You were shocked that somebody would say it to a kid? Because you be like, wow. Because see, I'm a person who I watch body language. So I know who to actually talk to when I'm talking. I pay attention. I know when somebody's listening. I know when somebody on their phone. But I'm not talking to everybody. I know who I care to. You only talk to the people who can listen. It's going to be one person that's going to say, you know something? Mistakes don't have to be made to be practiced. Mistakes don't have to be made to be listened. I not one time this brother or any of these teachers came and said, you know something? I'm going to teach you something, but I know you're not going to get it. No teacher does that. They teach us. They come to teach you, and they take it more offensive when you don't get what I'm trying to get. Body language. You thought you were going to come here and you were going to laugh. But it's hard. It's hard to laugh about things when I've still got to understand who you are first. See, at the audience, when I come to the improv, I come to the arena, I come to the NRG, I already know who these people are. I know what they coming in here. Come see, but this is way more important because you cannot. I don't even feel right because the position that we're in. Because I used to be. I'm sitting there looking at what I used to be, and I don't want you to go down the road that I was. My road was hard because I didn't listen, and I used to sit in rooms like this and not pay attention. For the only reason, because I didn't want people to know around me that I was paying attention, or that I was hurt, or that I didn't have something, or I was insufficient, or I didn't do, or I felt a certain type of way. Feel free to talk to me after, so I'll tell you how to deal with most of the things that you may be going through. A lot of y'all mindset is around not being perfect. In just your life. Your life can be perfectly fine if you acclimate yourself. Athletes, I'm still on y'all, because I want to know. What's after high school? You going to the league? You coaching? What's the next thing, athletes? I'm still back to what's the next thing. After this, what's the next thing?
College.
Who? College. What college? Any college or a certain college? Any college you get a scholarship for? Academic or athletic? Athletic. You don't get that, what happens? Huh? No, we gotta be, brother. This is the thing about communicating. Y'all talk loud in your class and talk loud everywhere else. I'm just talking to you. This is just a conversation. I know y'all can talk loud when you're talking. What is, brother? Find something else to do. No scholarship, find something else to do. What's the something else? That's dangerous. I'll find something else to do. Huh? Job? Would you be happy in any job? Huh? Okay. Any job is paying. Is it? Saka at Fiesta. Any job is paying. That's a good attitude. I know it may seem like it's not, but that's a very good attitude. Any job that's paying until what? To something else, until you get the money to go to college, until What? Huh?
To build something.
What's the song? Okay, build a business. Okay, I have two businesses, and I have some property I just bought in South Park, and I'm building a duplex. So building a duplex, that's what I want to do. I want to build this duplex for the community, so they can have good housing. Cost of labor went up. Cost of lumber went up. Cost of materials went up. Can't build duplexes right now, because it's gonna cost more to build it right now than it will be in like 6 months. What do I do? Do I wait 6 months, or do I just pay the cost and I forward the cost on to the buyer? Wait 6 months? You want to be a consultant for me? You ever thought about consulting? Well, I asked you a pressing question. You thought about it. You said, wait 6 months. What if I don't want to wait 6 months? Should I put the funds in now and wait and get the money on the back end from the buyer? Huh? I'm talking, you gotta talk, man. I'm talking. Open your mouth and talk. I'm trying to get some information for you. Huh? Yes? You see how, this is how things work. You see how this, I'm asking you questions, I'm asking you real questions, because I want a real answer from you. The communication is this is how you're doing it. You talking to me over here, instead of talking to me here. And this is how mass majority of the young men here have addressed me, to the side and off. And it's not about nationality, it's about manhood. And it's not that you're not a man, it's you developing, and when you're doing business or you're doing something with somebody, the conversation is here. Vast majority of us get in situations because of communication. If I was an officer, how would you be talking to me? Would you be talking to me the same way? How would you be talking to me? If I stopped you, excuse me, young man, I need you to stop. How would you, what would you communicate? What would you turn around? Come here, I'm going to show you something. Because we going everywhere. All this is points. If you listen to it. I knew he was taller than me. I don't like it. Go over there. I don't want you to stand right next to him. Taller. Excuse me, young man, can you stop? That's how you really would do it. You want to talk to police? Why? I do watch the news, but why don't you talk to police? Because they shoot people. I get it, but they shoot people. So, do they shoot just anybody, or they shoot people who run? They shoot this. So, I'm just asking, are these people who get shot? Or, which one? Oh. And I'm glad you said that answer. But are these the people who get shot? How am I say, excuse me, sir, can you turn around? Yes, sir. How can I help you? Move up. You said what? You told me to move my hand. You said, you did. Are you telling me to move my hand? Or you just said, if I barely twitch. I'm not defending what you're saying. I'm not against you. I understand. But watch this. Dre. Sit right here. I want you to sit right here. You can sit on my jacket. I don't care. This is my road manager and my security right there for 21 years. Dre. Have you ever seen this, Dre? 21 years. My daughter was 23, so you've been with me before my daughter was born. So, this thing. Oh, stand up, Dre. They want you to stand up too. He ain't that big. He'll look at it. He'll look at it. He only 6'2". Look at it. 6'2". Dre. Who said what? What you say, man? You said what? I can hear you. I'm gonna look at it. I know I'm gonna look at it. He a big dog. I'm gonna look at it. I get it. I'm smart. I'm fine. I'm taller than Tyrese. Now, how about that? I'm taller than Tyrese and Morris Chestnut. Deal with it. Yeah, so, Dre, have you ever seen this? Walking. Me. This is me. Hey! Somebody towed my car. Why is my car not out here? Sir, you're going to have to calm down. Sir, what you got to do is figure out why my car is not here. So I paid for my car to be towed. And he was saying, my car is parked right here. Why is my car towed? Sir, I'm an officer. Sir, officer, I understand that you're an officer. What I want you to do is figure out why my car is not here. Oh, X, Y, and Z. I don't care about X, Y, and Z, sir. What is that? Officer Wilson? Officer Wilson, you need to find out why my vehicle is no longer here. Let me figure out something. Officer come, figure out his situation, come back and say, they towed your car illegal. I said, well, y'all better get back here. They drove to the tow truck place. Got my vehicle. Do I supposed to look at all officers like they bad because some erratic officers did something? Because the police commissioner, Troy Fenner, is my friend that I went to school with, that I come up in the neighborhood with. So everybody is not the same, just like y'all are not. I don't look at you as a violent person because you're black or anything else. We have to get out of these mindsets in order to move the position. So this is our first time talking with y'all. I'll be back, but I know y'all gotta go to class one night. But I want you to think about it, huh? No, I'm trying to use me to get out of class. Because you halfway listening, now you want to try to stay in and not go to class. No, we're going to chemistry. What class you gotta go to right now? What time is you know when you gotta go?
What class I got?
Fourth period. Who this fourth period?
Is it lunch?
It's time to go home. What class? You done at 11? You must work for something already. You get out of school early to go do what? Y'all trying to get out of school to do nothing. Man, this is on the real side of things. Y'all got to take advantage of some side. Take advantage of this time before you get out and work. This is the time that you start to. This is your practice. This is your practice. Because after this, the mistakes become dire. And then once again, I'll be a lot of places. I don't want to have to come when I go to Baker Street or San Jacinto and talk to them cats. There's a lot of cats that was in high school and I went to talk to them, and now I go visit them in prison. And then they always talk about, I didn't listen to everything you said. I know you didn't, because you're behind these bars. Or the homeless lady who used to be a student, now she's homeless. You said what? I can hear you. Y'all asked me, do I know a lady who on drugs? That they exploiting on Instagram. They using her mental capacity. She's not getting no money from that. So I sued some people who I was in a video with South Park Show. I sued them for putting me in the video with her, even though she doesn't show, because you exploiting that lady and you're not giving her no money. That's the thing. They using that lady. And then this thing, I just want to know, who goes to a city looking for the drug user in the city? So when you go to New York, what's the landmark that you rather go see in New York? You want to go to Times Square. You go to LA, you want to go somewhere. In Houston, people want to come and see South Park showing. Do you see how they want to represent you as a city? This is what you want to be represented as in the world, as a crackhead doing it. But in the intelligent conversation, you asked me about South Park Shorty, but you never asked me, do I know the man Sylvester Turner? Or any other prominent people in this city. You didn't ask me, did I ever meet Barbara Jordan or Mickey Leland? Or do you know who those people are? Some. Yeah, new Betty White. But you want to ask me about the elderly white lady that's on the Golden Girl, but you don't want to ask me about Dick Gregory. Who is that? Or Shirley Chisholm. What's her name? What is Shirley Chisholm do? Shirley, but you don't know her last name is Chisholm? First black woman to ever run for president. What about Bessie Coleman?
No, she was the first female pilot.
Who?
Female pilot.
She's the first female pilot. What year?
About 19 something.
19 what?
Early 20s.
No, a little bit before that. 1904. But that I'm glad I'm so elated that you knew who Bessie Coleman was.
The reason why I know her because my grandfather had told me the story about it. That's it.
Grandfather told you a little story about the first black person. She's the first black person.
Female.
No, person. Not male or female. She's the first black person to ever become an aviator, to fly.
Yeah, she couldn't get in.
And she didn't do it in the US. She went to Europe and learned another language to become that. And she flew back over here. Not Amelia Earhart. That's the call. But the vast majority of people don't know their history or what even made them great. Mickey Leland was a good person in this neighborhood, but I know you probably know who Freddie Bach is, but don't know who Mickey Leland is. And this is back when I asked you about who were your influences. Who do you think about? What do you think about in the day? And these are things I gotta ask you because I need to know, because I used to be this person that didn't think about anybody during the day or anything. But I want you to constantly think about what's the next step. You don't want to go to class, but you don't want to answer my question, what's the next step after this? No, after you leave school, what your life is going, what you're trying to instruct your life to be. RN? Good, registered nurse, let's start here. Let's start here. I'm still on the same point of this, the basis of where you start things at. Athletes, you don't start preparing for the game when the game is already gone. Students, you don't start preparing to be a student after you get out of school. Because y'all gonna be in the street, not graduated, and still all gonna be an RN. You gonna start over? You gonna go to intermediate classes? What you gonna do? Start over? I need you, light-skinned brother right here with the Rick. What's your name, brother? You, right there. What's your name? Huh? Man, I'm not tired of No, you've been talking loud the whole time, so now I can struggle to hear you. I ain't got no hearing aids, nothing in my ears, man. What's your name, brother?
Bill Brown.
No, what?
Bill Brown. What's your name? You tell me leave.
Noah Lee? I don't believe, but I'm gonna go with it. What's your next step, Noah Lee? Are you graduating this year or are you doing something else? You graduating this year. Why the people around you don't believe? You're 11th grade, 10th grade, junior. Just started, Jay. Okay, we'll see. What's next? What's next? I got my tip on this job. What's next? Y'all put it back in. My tip on this job. Y'all come back in. Excuse me, son. Excuse me, son. You got bad knees? You're an old soul, bad knee. I'm gonna go right here to school. What's next, though? Can I have that 100 bucks? You been wrestling that too. You been wrestling that 100 bucks since you been here. What's next? You don't know? Which is fine. Because y'all understand, I'm trying to make it to another level. If you don't know, hey, come on, backwoods. What you supposed to do, man? I'm reading the shirts. So, if you don't know, when you graduate, what month? When is graduation? May. Let me ask the teacher. When is graduation, teachers? The 27th of May?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be here. At 5:30. Where? In L County. In O County. What's I can't hear y'all talking about it. In O County. Ms. Hodges, make sure I'm at our graduation. I want an invitation. Good. I gotta give everybody $100. That's easy. That's easy. What? How many graduate? I'm talking about here.
It's gonna be like 200.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Let me see. Excuse me, sir. I need to get the numbers. Hold on. That's 2,000 right there. That's four.
I sound like two.
$6,800. Cool. Every last one of y'all got to graduate, and I'm gonna give y'all $6,800 for y'all to split up. Not each. You get a whole lot each. Well, I know math. Don't try to be no mathematician, no wrong mathematician. No, I said 100. You said you gotta give everybody $100. I said cool. I do got it, but the point is, I said 100. He said 100. He negotiated for y'all. Y'all need to talk. Y'all need to teach this man to talk to him. What? Let me slide down. Excuse me. Hold on. Let me slide down. Let me excuse me, brother. Let me slide over this bed. Huh? First off, hold on, wait a minute. Now it turned to a town hall. Hold on, wait a minute. So you class president for okay, you stand up, brother. You stand up, because you got something to say. Now, they're Republican. Okay, so you graduate this year. Okay, so they 2023. You ain't discussing that. These two. Okay, so what's your name, sir? What's your name? Trayvon. Okay. All right, Trayvon. Now, who graduated in 2022 with you that's in here?
Right now?
But don't look at the hands. Just know the people that you know. Okay, who graduated with you? Cause you can negotiate this. You know, just tell people, the people are. You never got what from him again. Candy, I'm hustling candy. I used to do that. That's crazy. Okay, so who graduated with you? So you negotiate with your class, with your people. I don't know if you know. What about them back there? They good? They got it.
I got y'all.
Power to the people. Yes, sir.
Trayvon, tell me what you're doing.
What kind of car I got? I got two
Tell me what
cars. Yeah. A Ford F-150 is the major one, and then a Chrysler.
Tell me.
I would never buy a Lamborghini in Houston. Because I'm not gonna waste my money. There's too many potholes in this city. And I know people who own Lamborghinis and their cars always in the shop and hitting something. What's the other question? I know y'all got multiple questions. For what? Right? I had children. I don't want no car like that. Yes, ma'am. Are you a teacher or a student? Man, what? That ain't got nothing to do with. Bye. What's the other question? Cause I know. You say you want to know more about my kids? What you want to know, brother? Money. How to get it? How you get money? How did I get here? Like to the school or in life? Hustling. Listening. If I've had the same, I've told the same thing since I've been here about listening. If I would have never listened to people that gave me good sound advice, I would never have been in any type of position. I'd still been working in the Sharpstown Mall. I'd still been cleaning houses with my aunt when I got out of prison. Or I would have been in and back out of prison. I'm one of the only people in this particular city that used to sell dope in this city. And February 23rd is the day that's Ali Siddio Day in this city. Due to philanthropy and community service. Coming back, serving the community now, I'd be struggling. I live on the southwest side, in the SWAT. And I was there before it was a SWAT. I came off farm. I used to live in Hillcross Square. Hillcross Square was the worst school that got nothing to do with it. I went to Hastings, I went to James Hall, I went to local school. What does that got to do with where I come from? I come from a place that was hell in this city. Hillcross Square was known as the worst place in this city. Just like Greenspoint was known at one point. I come out of this place, but I don't want to be in a place that's known for being bad. It's a ridiculous thought. To come from a place, because I don't raise my kids in that place. I never took my kids back to my old neighborhood and say, hey, this is where you got to come from. Because it makes no sense to start at the bottom when you don't have to. Hey, young man, let me tell you something. I didn't talk when you was talking. Don't talk while I'm talking. Please, gentlemen. So once again, it's back to this. Who wants to start at the bottom? I didn't take my children and say, hey, we're going to move you back into the projects to let you know what this is like in order to come up. So you want to know about money and making money? It's about being around people who navigate business that don't put you in prison. I don't want to wake up and, like my man said, he wake up every day trying to figure out how to get it. This was a mentality that I didn't really actually have to have in high school. One, I was, like most people, play gangster. go somewhere, go to an environment like this, and don't want to be the number one because it's frowned upon to be excellent. My daughter was an honor roll student that was playing like she didn't have a father when she did. I am a mathematician. I know everything about math. But I chose to take my mathematical skills and go into math and chemistry at the same time. My sister, who's a genius, she didn't. Same household. Same mother, same father. What was the difference between me and her? I'm in the streets trying to acclimate to be something that I'm actually not. I remember the dude told me, hey man, everybody around here hustle. My first question was, for what? My mama got a job. What I need to hustle for? Oh, you gonna need stuff. Like what? Sneakers became important to me for no apparent reason. Now I listen to people now talk about Jordans and the vintage Jordans. The dude challenged me one day and said, oh man, you got these shoes on your feet. The same shoes I got on right now. This man told me I got these cheap shoes on my feet. Because he got vintage J's on. I said, what? Yeah, these J's cost me $250. These vintage, baby. I said, you wearing a shoe that was $75 when I wore it, when it came out. But now you stand in line and fighting and killing people. You get up early to go get a shoe that's already out. And then you disrespected my shoes to say you got really cheap shoes because he got on vintage J's. Everybody here been on your phone the whole time. Let me show you about being privy to something. Sometimes you may not know what you're looking at. You may not know what you're looking at. Everybody that got a phone out right now, look up Golden Goose. Look up Golden Goose. Pull it up. Look it up. Anybody, pull it up, look it up. Golden Goose. Have you ever heard of it? Golden Goose, have you ever heard of it? No, never heard of it, right? Pull it up. And tell me what it says. Tell me what the average shoe, a Golden Goose shoe costs. $5.30, a new shoe. Not an old shoe, a new shoe. But if you're not privy to it, you don't know what you're looking at. Look up my shoes though. Look up these Golden Goose on the thing. Tell me how much they cost. Just think, the whole time somebody would be judging me like that person was, saying I got on some cheap shoes because he's not privy. Huh? I let the man say whatever they cost, but I know what I paid for. How much they are. Now, when you saw my shoes, no, you didn't. I asked you to go. You ain't.
Your shoes is sex good, man.
You say what?
Your shoes is sex good.
I can't hear you, bro.
Sex good.
No, these have to go to the Goose store. No, I don't go to Saxfield. I go to the store. But guess what? Guess what? Go to Goose Center. I got maybe 17 pairs of these shoes. Go to Goose Center. I don't have to pay for them no more. So while somebody tells me I got a cheap shoe on that they're not privy even knowing about, because what you concentrate on is Gucci, Louis, all that type of stuff. You concentrate on labels and names, but you get what you like. You don't have to conform to somebody else. But then the point is, when you see something, because you are accustomed to certain things, you only judge it based on what you're accustomed to, not what you're privy to knowing. You ask me what kind of car I drive. What's the importance in that? Because most people put their money in their vehicle. What you normally see is a person, when I'm shining, you looking at my vehicle. I walk next to people that when they walking down the street, when you driving down the street, not only are they not looking at their vehicle, they pointing to buildings and land that they own, because they don't have to wear their wealth. And I'm explaining this to you because it's just because you see something. I intentionally did not wear any labels to this place, because I didn't want you to think that the words I said was important, because I would have walked, if I would have walked in here, I would have put my necklaces on, I would have put my jewelry on, I would have came in with that Louis Vuitton sweatsuit on, with the Christian Louboutins on, you'd be like, ooh, what he has to say is important. Most important person I ever talked to was a man that was sitting with a t-shirt on and a pair of jeans. He was in a venue, and I offered this man to buy him a drink. Because he was sitting next to me, we had a conversation, I offered to buy him a drink. He said, nah, man, I'm cool. I think I'm good. We sitting there talking. I said, man, what you do? He said, man, I invented the ATM machine. I said, what? I said, what? He said, yeah, I'm the inventor of the ATM. Like every place that there's an ATM, I invented. And then I'm thinking about he had on a t-shirt and jeans. And I asked him, I said, what kind of t-shirt is that? He told me the name of it. It looked like a regular t-shirt. And the man said, man, sometimes people don't know. He said, man, this t-shirt costs you $600. He said, well, most people won't know, but my skin will. I said, what? He said, my skin will. I had on a $6 t-shirt. He said, it feels good. And I said, wow. And I took that, and then when I later on, and this happened, Drake tell you, this happened, and I'm gonna leave you with this one, because I want you to understand something. This happened maybe 3 months ago to me. I'm in the barbershop, and because I'm a successful person, I go to the same barbershop I always gone to. So you know, now you got people that come around you that think that because you're successful, you're capping. You say, do I have hair? Yeah, a little bit. I wore a cap today because my barber appointment is tomorrow, and I ain't gonna come here and disrespect y'all like no edge up. I know one of y'all is gonna say something about my edge up not being right. So I'm sitting in the barbershop, last story, sitting in the barbershop getting my hair cut. A dude who used to know, he know me from the same neighborhood. He got an attitude because we ain't on 2 different levels. Come in and said, man, what's up, Hollywood? Anytime somebody call you Hollywood, it's really not a compliment. Because they being, underlined, throwing a shot. What's up, Hollywood? Yeah. Well, you think you all want around here getting money? Yeah, I hear y'all on Match 102. I hear you on the little radio, boy. I see you on TV, but you ain't the only one around here getting money, boy. I'm Louis down to my socks, boy. Yeah, Louis everything. This is how he talking to me. Louis everything, what? And my barber was sitting there saying, Ali, what's up, man? You don't want to feel like that? I said, nah, if I get up, it's going to be that. He said, but I'm not going to get up because what he's saying don't make sense to me. And everybody in the barbershop like, Lee, why you ain't saying, boy, you got plenty of money. I said, this ain't about my money, it's about him. I'm not going to give him my time. And then I say, why? I said, man, I am wealthy enough to know that Louis Vuitton don't make socks. Louis Vuitton don't make socks. So sometimes people who have this image that you want, it's not that. You know how many people I know on Instagram that's not rich, but on Instagram it look rich. You know how many celebrities that go to But I've been to the Oscars, I'm Grammy nominated, I've been to all these things. You know how many people, it's a thing called Zaddies. It's a diamond company, it's a fake diamond company that make all the jewelry for celebrities. So when you see them out and they shine, when they get robbed, it's nothing because you're robbing nothing. You're taking something that's fake. And because of the look of things. When you don't know what you're looking at, you have to be able to see through the nonsense. In this climate, in this decade, you are gonna have to be way better and see through the nonsense and stop putting value on things that really don't represent anything. You are the value. If you've never heard that before, you are the value. It's not about the clothes, it's not about the shoes. Because let me tell you something, these shoes can cost as much as they want to, but if they hurt your feet, it's not about how much they cost, it's about your feet being comfortable. So understand this, in this life, you're going to have to understand you are the value. And if you want more for yourself, value yourself 100%. Be valuable enough to learn. Be valuable enough to take in. Be valuable enough to not be a disappointment to yourself. Because you're the only one that knows when you're disappointed. Just like I know when I disappoint myself. It's not an outward thing, it's an inward thing. All you can do your best. And on that note, I'm done. Thank y'all for y'all time. Appreciate it. As a teacher, you need to